Scandinavian Bob here, hi. If you want to achieve long streaks on your NoFap journey, there are plenty of pitfalls to watch out for. And here are 3 things you should be careful with. Number 1, forgetting your why. Yeah, the first one here might sound a bit odd, but it's absolutely crucial. You need to be crystal clear about your reasons for embarking on this journey. Many guys do grasp why they are pursuing NoFap or rebooting, but what often falls by the wayside is regularly reminding themselves of that reason. At the start of your reboot, it is vital to keep your why front and center, because when those urges hit, and trust me, they will, it is way too easy to forget your reason, because your logical part of your brain isn't really with you then. Here's what commonly happens. You experience a craving, and suddenly you find yourself drifting into some questionable territory online. Those cravings can be overwhelming, making you act on autopilot. And in these moments, yeah, sure, there is a faint voice reminding you, hey, I shouldn't really be doing this. But unfortunately, that's where your logical thinking stops. And before you know it, you break and relapse. So what you need is this. Hey, I shouldn't really be doing this because, and then insert your why here. And this almost never happens if you don't cultivate the habit of regularly reminding yourself of your why. In the early stages of your reboot, you cannot overdo it. So make it into a daily ritual to reconnect with your reasons for why you started NoFap in the first place. Number 2, too much aimless scrolling online. Okay, so I'm not going to spend many seconds on this one because I think all of you can understand why this is so true for most people. Over on Twitter, or now X, I think I have made the following tweet quite a few times. Quote, the shorter your scrolling sessions, the longer your NoFap streaks, unquote. But by that, I don't mean mindfully watching helpful content. When I say aimless scrolling, I mean exactly that. Number 3, envy and misplaced focus. Yeah, the third mistake happens when, for example, when guys head out, see an attractive woman they'd like to approach, but feel too anxious to make a move. This often leads to a dip in their mood because they're unhappy with their current situation. They might start comparing themselves to other men who are out there with their girlfriends, which can turn that low mood into resentment, and thoughts like, life is unfair, I will never find a girlfriend, start to creep in. And suddenly those attractive women walking by feel almost mocking, as if fate were saying to you, you'll never have this, ha ha ha, you'll never have this. And when the guys return home, what do you think they focus on then? Exactly, their belief that they can't get a girlfriend and that life is stacked against them. And if you didn't know, disappointment lowers dopamine and is one of the biggest emotional triggers, especially with those alluring reminders fresh in their minds. So naturally, the PMO addiction will start whispering, hey, I got just what you need. All those hot babes are only a few seconds away. And sure enough, before you know it, the inevitable relapse follows. Now, what needs to happen is a shift in focus from envy and disappointment to creating a plan for finding a girlfriend or a partner or whatever you want. It doesn't have to be about girls, this resentment or envy thing. And this plan should be a long-term strategy, not something you feel pressure to achieve overnight. No, there are countless small steps you can take to move closer to a potential partner. For example, consider updating your wardrobe, signing up for dance classes, yoga, cooking, or any activity where you can interact with others. Start honing your social skills and putting yourself out there, no matter how small those actions may seem. Even if it's just doing 2 push-ups to improve your physique, it's still 500 times better than dwelling in despair and or resentfulness. As the wise say, desire often leads to suffering, especially when combined with hopelessness. If you're serious about staying on track with your why, your motivation and drive, it may be interesting for you to know how well your dopamine system is doing to begin with. And I've got a free dopamine quiz you can take by clicking on the screen right here or by using the link under the video. And oh hey guys, click on the video you see right here if you want to know which one would win in a fight, NoFap versus dopamine fasting.